All right. The live last stream of. Did I say I put the wrong year in the title, bro? Now I gotta fix that. Was good. Was good. Red was good. Invincible. Just bear with me, bro. Bear with me. It's been a rough day today. It's been a rough day today. Yeah, it'll be crazy. Final stream of 2026 and 2025, and I just don't stream at all for 2026. Um, but yeah, so we're here in the new year. I'm gonna make a post, for sure. Um, Actually, no, I forgot. I made a Christmas post on Christmas. So, never mind. Um, but I want to say real quick, like I said in that post, I really do appreciate all the support that I've gotten over the year on both YouTube and TikTok. Um, we're actually almost at 1 million views on here, and with TikTok, I don't even know like what we're doing over there. I just put out a video that's actually going crazy. Um, yeah, and like I said, I'm really looking forward to 2026 and the stuff that I got planned. Um, Real quick. So I wasn't gonna do. I didn't because this is gonna be like a short stream. It's only gonna be like a half hour. So I didn't feel like setting up StreamYard just to do all that, which is why I have this backdrop here of Ghost of Yote, um, which I'm actually gonna have to like remove for a bit because I want to get Borderlands. Oh, okay. So I can't get. Okay, so yeah, so the Borderlands. As I said before, I wanted to get into the Borderlands series, so I'm gonna buy the Pandora's Box collection. They have a pretty crazy sale. For those who don't know, the bundle is 150 bucks. It's on sale for only 37.49, so I'm gonna pick that up. Dylan said he's gonna pick up Expedition 33, but just in case he doesn't, I'm gonna be ready to buy it. Um, and yeah, so I can't remember if I mentioned in the post, but yeah, I want to do Borderlands. I want to do Expedition 33. Um, we need to get into Horizon, and then we have all those new games coming out next year as well. So there's one thing we do got to talk about though. I'm not quite sure that we can do High on Life 2 and Resident Evil like right when they drop because I'm gonna be I'm hopefully gonna be working another job. I'm trying to get out of Harris Teeter by like early to mid February. Um, because that's for those who don't know, I've been really just sticking around to try and get this keep my 401k because I'm not fully vested, and I believe you have to be vested for 3 years. So this February will be my 3 year mark. Originally, I was going to leave in March because I had the time off in February, but with how the things are going, like recently, and even if that wasn't the case, the way that things were going today, I couldn't stand to be there much longer. So, um, but yeah, and the reason why I was actually staying until March too is because at first I thought that my 3 years was up when my first paycheck hit, which was the 14th, or when the pay period ended, which was the 14th. But I was actually hired on the 8th, so theoretically I should be able to leave on the 8th. But I'm gonna finish that week out, and because the 8th is on a Sunday this year, so I'm gonna stick, which technically would be actually my last day right there because I'm not working Mondays or Tuesdays, starting in like mid January. So So yeah, so actually, no, technically, I guess the 8th could actually very well be my last day. So just a month and a couple days left. That's the main thing I'm excited for. People always keep saying that shit, like, 2026 is gonna be my year, and where they do like a whole bunch of crazy shit, like, and then they get disappointed when they don't do it. It's like, the way that I view it is this: it's like you look at the stuff that you did well, and then you also think about the things that you need to do better. So, and then you need to set realistic goals and ambitions for yourself. So my biggest thing going into next year is, how do I say this, is to number one is to put myself first. Um, whether that be with family and with friends or with a job, all of that. Just, put myself first and foremost. Not all the time, but I need to do more of that, instead of like self sacrificing in a sense. Um, Putting other people and other things before me, and putting myself like at the bottom of that list. Um, so that's kind of my thing, and then, other things is of course to, like, keep working out. Um, I'm not going to be going to the gym at all, because I want to go to a new gym, but like a gym closer to here, because the gym at the timeshare my mom owns, excuse me, it's clear across town. So, I'm kind of getting tired of doing that. But that means that for the first month, I'm not going to go to the gym, because everyone is going to have these New Year's resolutions where they, want to get in shape, and everyone's crowding the gym in the first month or two of the year, and then by February or March, they're going to be be gone anyway. Um, That, and it's hard to be crowded anyway, because I really only work out in the afternoons and the evenings, because I'm an early morning person. I'm really not, but I have to be in order to be consistent. I also want to go back to school sometime this year. Kind of leaning more towards trade school, like with what the homie Ethan's doing. Um, so so yeah, and of course, to keep growing the channel and whatnot. It's kind of unrealistic, but I want to hit a thousand subs on here, 1,000 on here, and how much do I have on TikTok? 3,000 on TikTok. Those are the social media goals right there. Um, so yeah, and there's also, of course, like other stuff, but that's personal, so I'm not gonna put that out there. But yeah, and with that same aspect of putting myself first, I'm gonna start like cutting some people, because I saw this post the other day where, what's the best way I can explain this? Well, it's the thing that everyone says, is that in order to live a good sustainable life, you need to have people in your life that bear fruit in a sense. Um, and I can say for sure now that I don't really like a lot of the people that I know. They aren't really like that. So yeah, so it's gonna lead to a cut with some things. Um, even just the people that just like they don't do anything bad, in your life, but at the same time they don't do anything good. They're just kind of just there. They're like placeholders. I also don't want to. It's like that's like clutter in a sense. Um, but yeah, so 2026, I'm ready for it. nothing more to say than that. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna do. Well, we gotta finish up Ghost of Yote, and the plan was to finish this before the new year, but I just couldn't. So for those who don't know, I was actually on vacation. Um, Christmas was last Thursday. I actually came home Christmas Day, and so the week prior to that Thursday evening, we left. So from Friday to that Thursday, I was on vacation, and I was like, okay, because during the day when I wasn't doing much, I was like, yeah, I can do some Ghost of Yote. We can get that series rolling, and then so I made the post. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try and finish Ghost of Yote before the year ends, and then I ended up working 5 days in a row. I didn't work that Friday, the Friday after Christmas, but I worked, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and today. So, yeah, that kind of like ruined my plans, for the most part, but it's all good. It happens. We're still gonna wrap this up. This will probably be on the table for now, just to get this through, because I want to get New Game Plus done before they drop, Legends mode and whatnot. Which I honestly thought that they were gonna drop Legends mode with New Game Plus, because I think they did that with Tsushima. But yeah, it was good, Latin. Yeah, we're gonna hop on that E33, bro. That's gonna be that's probably gonna be after this. I don't know, because I was just telling them that I've never played like a Borderlands game, but I'm gonna buy the Pandora's box, which comes with, what was it, like 1, 2, 3, and the pre-sequel, and the Tales of the Borderlands from Telltale. I think E33 is like 60 hours, so I might just do that first, low key. And then around the time that I'm done with those two, we should have High on Life 2 and Resident Evil out, so I'm gonna do those. After that, we're gonna get into Horizon, because freaking 007 got delayed to May, GTA's original release date, which I find funny. So we got 007 and Lego Batman dropping around then, which, with whatever new job I get early to mid February, I'm gonna be taking time off for those games as well as Pragmata. Because Latin, I was telling you that I'd already requested time off for those games, but long story short, I was just saying that I was really only sticking with this job to become freaking fully vested, to keep my 401k balance, because I've been trying to get out of this job for the longest, and I realized after the Game Awards that I'm like, oh wait, no, February, like mid to late February, I should be gone. So for that 007 game, that Pragmata game, any game that was releasing between March and May, I canceled all those requests, and they were so confused. I was like, just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Because I didn't tell them that. Well, I told my coworkers I was leaving, but the managers and higher ups, I didn't say shit. They'll know when that notice gets turned in, for sure. But yeah, man, we're starting the year off stacked. I'm excited. I kind of wanted to throw in some Baldur's Gate too, but I don't know. Like, I think Baldur's Gate's like 100 plus hours. I don't really got the time for that anymore, especially since I plan on going back to school. So E33 is gonna have to do for now. But yeah, so that's all basically. I just wanted to come on here, chit chat with y'all, talk about some things. I am gonna be live tonight, but I don't think I'm gonna. I think like whenever I start streaming, it's gonna be well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna get drunk tonight, so I don't even think I'm gonna stream tonight. And if I do, it's not gonna be for a long time. But maybe I will though. Maybe I will. But yeah, we're probably do some more Ghost of Yote. tonight. I'm gonna watch the Stranger Things finale, which Invincible is DMing me asking me if I've seen it. What are my thoughts? We'll talk about that after this final episode drops. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. They low key selling the final season right now, and I'm kind of disappointed. And it made me think. Like, I can't remember like the last time I watched a show that had a good like final season, besides maybe Superman and Lois, within like the last like couple of years. Because Cobra Kai they low key sold, and I don't know. And I was talking because a lot of my coworkers watch Stranger Things, and I was talking with them because I've been talking in Latin's Discord because they got me hooked on Welcome to Derry. And I'm like, you know what it is? I think because fucking Welcome to Derry came out before this season of Stranger Things, it made people question the writing. And then like you like think back to other parts of the show, and you're like, this shit was low-key kind of ass. And the thing that I hate about shows though is that like, it's like whenever you look at shows that just span like multiple seasons, like 4 to 5 seasons, it's like at some point the show just becomes freaking like unrecognizable, because like season 1 of Stranger Things will and honestly 2, and I've seen a lot of people try to like a lot of people are switching up on 2 now, but seasons 1 through 2 were the absolute peak of the show. There weren't so many characters, and like the story wasn't as convoluted, and everything was simple to an extent. Everything was simple to an extent. Like the vision that they were going for was fine. I don't even know how long they've been fighting Vecna for, bro. Because that's the thing, and that's another thing why I hate about shows like that is that like when it's like, oh yeah, the whole time we've been fighting this threat, but there's like this whole other threat behind the scenes, and like that shit stopped here. So like they start fighting Vecna in the 4th season, but then they show a flashback of Will in the 1st season. And Vecna is nearby, but I think he was like passed out, so he didn't know. I don't know. But yeah, season 1 went from the Demogorgon to, oh no, the Mind Flayer has been behind it all, to, oh no, it's been Vecna the whole time. It's like, bro, like, the twists are cool, but it gets to an extent. But no, Welcome to Derry, bro, like that shit was fire. And that intro song is still stuck in my head, by the way, Latin. But Welcome to Derry, like HBO Max, like that's kind of like why, like, I'm kind of like on the fence with Netflix. And I think I said this in the server too. Like I didn't want Netflix to get it, but I'd rather Netflix have Warner Bros. Than fucking Paramount, because Paramount would just mess that all up completely. The only thing Paramount has going for them is the Sonic franchise. And they can mess it up at any point as well. But HBO Max, like, they produce some fucking fire shit. Like Latin, I don't know if you've seen the Penguin that's set in the Batman universe, but like for a while, like the Penguin was my reason for living, bro. I just had to survive until Sunday. The Penguin was that shit is a good show. I'm trying to think, like, what else was there? Barry. What was that? The Bear. I just got one of my coworkers just put me onto the Bear. Like, HBO Max, they make some fucking fire shit. Bro, the Rival Stranger Things might be the same for Welcome to Derry. Devils against WB. That worries me. Yeah, that could be true. That's why they gotta like kind of like mesh out like the whole creative control thing. Which that's also like a kind of like bad thing, because like Netflix has been known to. I think even like with Stranger Things, I think they said like Volume 2, Netflix made them cut like a whole bunch of stuff out. And from what I saw, it was stuff that seemed pretty good. It was like, bro, you should have just kept this shit in. Tone down. Actually, I won't say any spoilers just in case anyone hasn't seen it. But yeah, man. But we'll just have to see. Another thing that worries me about like the Netflix thing is that they fucking said that the gaming division is is like a low priority or something. I'm like, that's fucking crazy considering like how much money, like, when it came to Injustice, Arkham, um, and Mortal Kombat, like DC, like WB Games, like they were popping off. They just, I think even honestly, like with how much slack Gotham Knights gets, the earnings like for that, the earnings posting, Gotham Knights actually made a profit. The only thing that sold them was that Suicide Squad shit. But we'll just have to wait and see. But I could kind of see like WB selling themselves like coming from like a mile away. I thought things were gonna be good when Discovery and Zaslav popped up. Uh, because Zaslav actually, I think that's how you pronounce it. Zaslav, he was one that made Discovery what it is today. I'm like, shit, he might low key save Warner Bros. And then he's selling. He's selling like crazy. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like we haven't had a like I don't even we haven't had a fire fucking game since I don't know like MK11 because MK1 was good, but then like NetherRealm started getting into like that whole like live service shit and kind of like laziness with one that it just turned me away from that. Like, if I have to pay money, like, and it's like, it makes you wonder, like, they're probably gonna do that shit with Injustice 3. Cause, like, what do you mean that I have to buy, not only do I have to buy the character, but you have to buy the customization. The customization in one is trash, by the way. And then not only that, you also have to, like, buy, like, voice lines for the characters to use. Like, that's, like, the craziest shit ever, bruh. Facts. The cameo system, I think the idea of it was cool, but the way they executed it was bad. And I swear to God, if they introduced like a sidekick system in Injustice when it's the same thing, bro, it's up. Like I'm gonna be real. Like Injustice 3, I'm not buying on PlayStation. I'm buying on PC just so I can fucking get a refund with that. Because I learned my lesson with Suicide Squad. I wasted money on Suicide Squad. Yeah, and that those the point I was going to is that they're also trying to like push out like these like microtransactions, and it's like it didn't even work for Suicide Squad, mind you. Uh, the Suicide Squad flopped with all the microtransactions they were trying to push out, and then they came out later on and said that they wanted to like do more. And it's like, what do you mean you want to do more, bruh? You're doing it now, and it's not working. They did absolutely nothing with the gaming division. And then, Gotham Knights, I go easy on Gotham Knights because it could have, like, I didn't switch up on it like most people did with Suicide Squad drop, but like at its premise, like, it wasn't, I think it's only bad if you, like, play it by yourself. But, like, if you play with the homie, like, it's not really that bad. Like, I could enjoy it for what it was. In a sense. But low key though, with the gaming though, which, that's another thing too. Like I am gonna buy, I do want to get a MetaQuest 3S, but, Arkham Shadow, like I've seen some clips of it. I've seen a lot of the story and like that shit it looks pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. Arkham Shadow, and they're already making a sequel. And then the same studio also made an Iron Man game back in the day. That Iron Man game also looks pretty crazy. So yeah, I want to pick up a MetaQuest 3S for sure. Especially because like it's always on sale too. Like I could spend like a whole paycheck, buy that, and it still have like a good chunk of money left over. And then that Deadpool game too, like bro. And Chad was talking with Ethan, and I was like, "This is the MetaQuest got like some co-op games." So we're probably gonna like look into those. Like yeah, I'm probably gonna buy. I'm actually gonna buy that MetaQuest like sometime this month. I want to buy it before I quit this job. Should have fully brought back the tag team from MK9 just improved on it. I agree. I don't know why they think life service is a good idea for a superhero game. I agree 100%. But Rocksteady. There was an article that this a lot of like the bad gameplay designs and choices, and like when it came to the story was. Well, it's kind of started here, but it kind of makes sense. But it falls solely on, like the old Rocksteady crew, specifically like the founders, which, like I said, I can kind of believe because with the way that they took out, I forgot the guy that did Arkham Asylum, Paul Dini, with the way they kind of just like shooed him out the picture, and they did their own Arkham Knight story. And if we're being honest, Arkham Knight has like the worst story out of all the Arkham games. Like they kind of do some snake shit, so I can kind of see them doing that. But it's like, bro, you mean to tell me that these two sunk the ship and then abandoned it before the game dropped because they left Rocksteady and they're making their own company? I'm like, bro, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. So, the new Rocksteady, yeah, I'm gonna give them another chance. They're making another Batman game. A lot of people are unhappy about that. I'm like, they gotta get back to their roots. They gotta make a game that they know will make them money, and to gain them trust, and then they can try something else at hand. I just don't understand like why the fuck we can't get like other games besides Batman, if we're being honest. And then they make shit like Suicide Squad, and now no one's gonna want to make those games. And they go fall in line versus like Marvel Rivals, or if it's gonna have a story that's focused on that. Yeah, 100%. It's honestly like really like not that difficult. Story-based games honestly shouldn't even have like microtransactions. Like that. Like, I think when it comes to like Prime Ubisoft, like with how they did like the Watch Dogs 1 and 2 like microtransactions, which weren't even micro, like not even micro, like just do like you can just do DLC, and then you can just like sell drip that way. Yeah, Arkham Knight Story was alright. Yeah, like Arkham City was good. Yeah, Arkham City. That's the best joint right there. I fuck with Arkham Origins heavily. Even like when I first played as a kid, which surprisingly, like, I didn't have like any like gameplay issues with it, like any glitches. But I think I got Arkham Origins like 3 years after it dropped. I got into the Arkham games, like, I want to say like around 2014, 2015. But yeah, Origins is actually low-key like my second favorite Arkham game. I was like City, Origins, Knight, and then Asylum. But they all shine in like different ways. Like they're all goated. Like if you're asking like my top 5 favorite games of all time, I'm gonna say those 4 Arkham games, and then probably Red Dead 2. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll just have to see if Netflix does it justice. But I also know for a while that like fucking Netflix was trying to they were trying to like do like their own gaming division, and they're also like messing that up too. But like like low key though, like Netflix, they do have some strong heavy hitters, like so, like Prime Stranger Things, Prime Cobra Kai, Squid Game. Can we count the Diddy documentary by 50 Cent? I saw a post that 50 Cent posted on Twitter, I think, that Kendrick reached out to him and said he wanted to make a Drake documentary, and 50 said he was down for that. If that's true, that's going to be fucking crazy. Only thing is, Arkham Origins Open World was kind of boring and tedious to get around, so yeah, that's facts, bro. That fucking bridge, bro. Good lord. And it was also like a copy and paste from City, like that north part of the map. But yeah, but besides that, and I guess like the occasional glitches, like the game, that game is fucking goated. You can't even really call it underrated anymore because everyone's calling that shit underrated. Um, but yeah, and Roger as Batman is amazing. Like yeah, I think he's like everyone's like second pick after Conroy. Rest in peace. Um, but yeah, man. Yeah, I wanted to play Arkham Origins for Christmas, but I didn't bring my whole ass PC setup with me on my vacation. I just brought my PlayStation. So I'm like, we'll just play Miles for the holiday. That's fine. Yeah, Troy Baker sounds identical to Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's Joker. Troy Baker could actually honestly do a whole Batman movie by himself. He's played Batman, he's played Joker, he's played Two-Face, he's played Nightwing, he's played Red Hood, he's played Tim Drake. Like, yeah, he could be he could they could do an animated Batman movie and he could just do it himself. I did see the Doomsday trailers. Uh, I saw the Cap one on Elite. I also saw the Brand New Day. Somebody somebody at Marvel somebody at Marvel is getting like tortured and sent to death. Because how the fuck do you let the Doomsday trailer leak and the Spider-Man trailer leak, bruh? That's wild to me. Um, but yeah, I like that Thor teaser the most. I'm not really like a big fan. Like it just seems so desperate. Like you're bringing back Steve Rogers, you're bringing back RDJ as Doctor Doom. Like, but I have complete faith in the Russo brothers. Well, I wouldn't say complete faith because everyone do be glazing them, but they kind of fucked up the Guardians character development. They also did Hulk dirty. So, but now I was actually gonna blame Marvel, but no, the Russo brothers did Hulk dirty because Hulk was fine in his movie, in Avengers, in Age of Ultron, and in Thor Ragnarok. He was chilling. But when they hit Infinity War and Endgame and everything after that, they just shot him out the water. But yeah, I saw a poll, but it was like, what was your most anticipated comic book movie dropping out this year? Like, I see them all being like a hit or miss, to be honest. But like the one I'm most hyped for is Spider-Man, because they turned Tom Holland from Iron Boy to actual Spider-Man, taking his character to a new direction. I'm pissed that they're keeping the same writers, but they changed directors, so at least, we can get some good swinging scenes, some good fight scenes, because they got the guy that did Shang-Chi. But yeah, I think what else is it? Like we got like Doomsday. Thank you, bruh. Edward Norton that Hulk was a much better Hulk. Like that Hulk is better than any of Mark Ruffalo's Hulk and any of the movies. And I will stand by that 100%. There's nothing even like remotely like that wrong with with Hulk. Yeah, facts, bro. I don't care what anyone says. The only thing I can think of is like maybe like the pacing, but it's been a while since I've seen it. But from my memory, like I said, very very enjoyable movie. And the Hulk and Abomination fight, wild, wild, bro. Yeah, honestly, because yeah, there are some times because there are times where like Death Stranding 2, for example, like I know I was having that game up to you, but it's like it's how do it is like a walking simulator is what everyone says. So what I kept doing was whenever I had like to do like long trips or long journeys or like long missions, and if there were like any cutscenes, I would listen to music or I would play podcasts to like pass the time. Um, But in doing so, like I would see like a whole bunch of comments in my chat that I would miss because I wouldn't be paying attention to my chat. Um, and then I'm trying to think. There, sometimes like I like to stream when I'm alone and I'm not disturbed because if I'm not home alone and if I'm streaming, I have to like keep leaving my room and I have to keep going and do stuff, or I got to keep fucking talk to somebody. I never get time to myself, so that's why like I mainly stream like at night, or I stream like during the day like this when I'm alone, um, just so that I don't be bothered. Um, yeah, so I make sure to toggle off the comments feature in case people try to comment because I'll text them back. I'm like, damn, like this comment's probably been here for like like 3 hours. The only time that I had to turn off chat in the middle of I had to turn off the live chat in the middle of the stream was that I was streaming Ghost of Tsushima. I was doing the road to Ghost of Yotei series, so I was playing Ghost of Tsushima before Ghost of Yotei dropped. But around that time, there was a controversy with one of the developers making a comment about Charlie Kirk. Um, Even though the dude got fired, people still kept like flaming the game and whatnot. But then people also started like coming up here into like the fucking streams and then like saying like a whole bunch of crazy shit. And like back then, ignorant me would like be into that. But you know, now that I'm old, I'm older, I'm grown, I'm wiser. I don't have the time or the energy to engage with that shit. So that stream I just cut off the chat uh a little bit, but that was like a one time thing. Um because like for a while it was just like a common heroes like, oh yeah, like F this game, and they were like, we are Charlie Kirk or F Sucker Punch, a whole bunch of crazy stuff. But there was a stream where it got, I was like it was getting spammed, and I'm like, are these even people or are these like fucking bots? I was bamboozled. Um, but yeah, mostly though, if I have some free time, but if I'm not home alone, I'm streaming, and yeah, I normally keep the comments off because of that. But that's just because like that's just like muscle memory. Um, but but it's like, yeah, because at the same time I also don't really feel like having to like stop playing the game and then have to like respawn to the comments I get. So via text, I'm like, it is what it is. I'm like, I'm sure they can, I'm sure they'll still enjoy it, or they can comment in the comments. But yeah, whenever I get my own place though, like that whole aspect will change. But but yeah, I think tonight, even though it'll be late at night, I'm probably gonna turn off the comments because I'm gonna be drunk. So I'll probably be saying like some crazy shit, or B, I'm probably gonna like pass out on the stream. So because when I drink, I'm not like a hyperactive drinker. When I drink, I get tired. So, but that's just me though. Uh, yeah. Also, yeah, Latin. I see you've been playing some. You've been doing like all like the Resident Evil games. Are you doing like all like the mainstream ones, or are you doing like every game you could get your hands on? Because I'm trying to think, like the only Resident Evil games I've ever played were Village. I played Seven. I played Five, and I played the most recent like remakes. I think, yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, I think I know for sure I did. Actually, I don't know for sure. Let me let me look some up real quick. I can say for sure I've never played one. Okay, no. I did play the remakes of 2 through 4. Yeah, I did. Okay. I really want them to remake 5 so bad, but it's probably not going to happen if we're being honest, so it is what it is. Mainline and spin-offs, ah, I gotcha. Yeah, because I've never even like played the spin-off. I didn't even know the spin-offs existed until I looked them up a couple days ago. Because people were saying like the chick that you play as in 9, she's related to a character that was in like one of the spin-off games, like the little side story games. I was like, who? And I was like, oh, and I looked up, I'm like, oh, there's like a lot of Resident Evil spin-offs that I just never heard of. Um, See, like I low-key kind of miss that with games. Like it seems like some games now are like I won't say easy, but they kind of hold your hand, you know. Like games back then, games back then weren't made for kids. I'll say that because even like with like the Spider-Man games, for example, like with Insomniac, you could just like if you just close your eyes and hold the L stick forward, you'll just swing and you'll be okay. But like man, like I remember playing like the Spider-Man 1 and 2 movie tie-in games, actually 3 too, and those games were hard as fuck. Two, but the thing with 2 though, the Spider-Man 2 tie-in movie game was that like once you got like the web swinging, like like under control, like it felt so rewarding, like learning that system. Even like even doing stuff that seems basic like wall running, you had to like figure out how to do. Um, the boss fights in Spider-Man 3 are fucking hard as shit. Um, Same with 1 for the most part too. Um, where you playing OG already now? I'm like, how the fuck did kids get this back in the day? Dang, yeah, like it's like I said, like games back then they weren't really made they weren't made for kids, bro. I'll say that. Oh yeah, what was good, Justin? Like, yeah, I've never been like an RPG kind of guy, honestly. Like Baldur's Gate was what kind of opened my eyes to that. I do want to get into The Witcher 3 because I've heard how good that game is, but like, do I gotta play 1 and 2 to like understand that the Witcher story? I know they're also coming up with a fourth one too. I think. And isn't there a show based on The Witcher that had Henry Cavill in it? Yeah, there is. Okay, yeah, I'm not tripping. But I've never played Skyrim. Uh, yeah, Witcher 3 is good. I started with Witcher 3 and didn't really feel also. You're about to play the first one's dope. But it's silver lining because it means I can still go with this account. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, yeah. Witcher 3 is in the list. for sure. Because I know for like a while, like the big what were the big three of games like? I know it was Witcher 3, Red Dead 2, and it was something else, but yeah, the Witcher 3 is in like the it's in the, I won't say backlog. What I call games I want to play that I haven't gotten around to yet, I call that like my wine drawer in a sense. The drawer of wine that you just wait to drink. Those are the games that I'm waiting to play. So yeah, Witcher 3. Who knows? Maybe we might do Witcher 3 this year because between May and September we really don't got any like new games dropping. So maybe that's when I'll do that. Plan to play through the games when the fourth one comes out. Hey, you do got like a lot of time. I think they said that shit was coming out like 2027 or 2028. So yeah, I'm have to go ahead and get up out of here. I gotta go to the gym. But I appreciate y'all pulling up again. Happy New Year. Again, thanks for all the support this year. It means a lot. I might see y'all tonight for some Ghost of Yote. Depends on how wasted I am. But you all take care, stay safe, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.